For the next 3 days, I'm fishing Alaska's Kenai Peninsula. From Trout and Dolly Varden to Halibut, myself and Ron from Go Look Outside explore one of the world's last truly wild fisheries. Alright, step one, catch a giant fish. We got a pair of bald eagles in the tree, a couple goobers on land, and hopefully a ton of big trout in the river. We're on the Russian River, and right now the sockeye salmon run is pushing through here, so there are gonna be a lot of people fishing for sockeye salmon, but we're actually going for rainbow trout, a species of fish that I haven't caught since I was like 10. So we're gonna be going up and down this river, trying to see if there's anything we can find. So obviously coming up here, water's moving a lot faster. When we find the trees in the water, it creates kind of a little slower moving water here. It's called a streamer. Ron taught me that. And if you just cast upriver on it, hopefully there's a little trout just waiting. Oh, there he is. Oh, first cast, dude. First freaking cast. Look at that. First rainbow trout in 15 years. Just a monster. First cast, rainbow trout. That was pretty cool. All right, that was not the size fish we wanted, but that was the first rainbow trout I've caught since I was 10 years old. And that came right there, as I was saying, as the water rushes down, hits this streamer that's on the floor there, it creates a nice, slower stream, and that's where that guy was hanging out. Let's see if we could recreate that. I don't know if how many will be in the same spot. That was pretty cool luck, huh? First cast, first rainbow. If we could get one bigger than that, I'd be pretty hyped. Obviously, I don't need a 30-incher, but if I could get one maybe 20 or so. There's another one. Oh, one just came up and smacked it. Oh, and we weren't sure how the bug bite would do, but we came out here and there's just a ton of mosquitoes, a ton of other bugs floating around the top of the water. And clearly that's what these trout are locked in on. Caution bears in area. Brown bear sow, 727. That was 3 days ago. This is actually our third time fishing this river, and we've had some luck earlier this week in this streamer here coming down. There we go. He's about the same size, but that's still a bow. There we go. A little bit better. Slowly getting to the size we want. There we go. That's rainbow number 2. I think there's a better one in there. We actually gave it hell for the last like maybe half an hour or so, hitting a bunch of little spots and little holes along the bank. And I caught another very small trout off camera. He actually caught a pretty decent one. This river did us good. Caught my first rainbow in quite a long time. And we're gonna keep it moving. We're probably gonna try a different spot, different creek. It's just crazy. This is some of the most beautiful scenery I've ever fished in. Some of the coolest fishing I've ever done. And even if all we catch is tiny little rainbows, I'm pretty stoked, man. Not too shabby. I'll see you guys at that next spot. Dude, Ron's killing it. That's what, your second dolly? Oh, I'm on. Here we go, that's a fish. Ah, he's off. Mother. I didn't see the indicator go down either.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I had a bite, I definitely had a bite. There we go. Oh, there we go. That's Dolly. This is Dolly Parton right here.
Dolly Parton.
That's Dolly Parton.
So...
All right, there we go. First Dolly Parton. Nope. First Dolly. There we go. First Darly. There we go. First Dolly Varden. It's a cool fish. This is actually a species of char, so it's in the salmonoid family. Pretty cool. There we go. Put her back. All right, first dolly down. Rainbow earlier. We're having fun. Ron caught 3 dollies off camera and a fat rainbow trout. We're gonna keep on fishing for a little bit and let's see what else we could get into. Look at this place. This is insane. Mountain right behind me. Catching some fish. Doesn't get better than this. Look at that, dude. That's fucking nuts. They just come up like fucking tarpon, dude. It's crazy. I mean, we're just surrounded by salmon and they're coming up. They're swimming right underneath us and they're fire truck red. It's just so cool. Look at that. You saw that?
Yeah.
Oh my God. There he is. That's so sick. You could just see them. You kind of know where they are. This one's a little better. Nice. That's a much better dolly, dude. Much better dolly. All right, this one's a lot better. Look at that guy. Understand how beating works, but it works. Here we go. And she's off. Doesn't make any sense how beating works. We're literally waiting, and there's sockeye salmon everywhere. The dollies are right behind the sockeye, feeding on the eggs and stuff, so we're mimicking the eggs with the beads, and these guys just come and smack it. Doesn't make any sense to me because the hook isn't even like on the bead, but it works. That was a pretty solid one. Let's go. I'm wet and it's cold. Anyways, it's day 2. We're back in the same creek that we were at yesterday. There's Ronnie Boy right there. We're gonna try to catch a few more fish, and then I figure I'd just run through what we're using real quick. 5-weight fly rod, and we're actually doing what's called beading, which is new to me. Basically, instead of having a dry fly or a nymph or whatever, we have an indicator, which is basically a bobber, and it runs down to a little split shot weight that runs to just that, a little bead with a little hook at the end. And the hook isn't even touching the bead, which is so bizarre to me how we get hookups. It doesn't make any sense. But basically, we're fishing for rainbow trout and Dolly Vardens. They hang out with the salmon. The salmon are reproducing, they're dropping eggs, and that's what we're mimicking with the bead. And it worked yesterday, and let's hope it works today. All right, let's count some fish. The first few days I was out here, it was sunny and warm, not a cloud in the sky. This is a little bit more what I imagined Alaska to be like. Let's mess them up. So we could find the sockeye, we could find the dollies and the bows or whatever else is swimming with them. And I didn't see any when we first showed up, but there's a big school right there. There's one swimming literally right here. There he goes. I don't know if you could tell, but there's a big school right in front of me. All swimming, they're all freaking bright red. And that's not the species we're after, but like I said, what we're going after, usually swim with them. You're also not allowed to fish for them here, so that's another reason. There we go. Yeah, I knew he was there because I just missed him not too long ago. Nice, first dolly of the day. Sick.
Nice, bro.
Nice. Oh, I think he just popped off. He just popped off. Perfect. First dolly of the day. Hopefully many more where that came from. Yeah, he shut off. Hopefully many more where that came from. Look at that, he's hanging out right there. Sweet. I mean, we were only out here maybe like 10 minutes or so. First dolly on the board. That's cool because I saw him like he hit the indicator or he hit the bead, indicator went down, I missed the strike, and then maybe like 2 casts later he came back and hit it again. I'll tell you what, fellas, I'm cold, my hands are numb, but I'm having fun, man. I'm having so much fun. In between a couple of mountains, sockeye salmon running all around me, fishing for dollies and bows. Oh, Ron has a dolly on now too. Heck yeah, bro, we're both getting on them now. There we go, that's a fish. All right, second dolly of the day. A little guy. Dude, he doesn't like the side of that net, dude, at all. Here we go, second dolly of the day. Little guy, but they sure are a lot of fun. There he goes. Can't beat this dude in Alaska. Fishing for some dollies. There's another one. There's another one. Oh, this might be a sockeye. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's worst case scenario. Oh, he came off, thank goodness. Whew. Phew. That was like worst case scenario. Well, best case and worst case scenario, technically. Because that was a sockeye salmon, but he actually ate the bead. Ron's saying that people say that people don't eat them, but clearly, I mean, that fish ate the bead. Now, that was best case scenario. He just popped right off. We're not trying to hook those guys. We really don't want to hook those guys. God, my hands are so numb I could barely cast. I think it's like 50 some odd degrees right now. Slightly, just slightly colder than what I'm used to in Miami. There we go, here's a fish. This one definitely is fighting a little stronger. I mean, he's right in that current. It's decent. What this is. It's a little dolly.
That's
nice.
A good dolly, bro.
Good dolly?
Yeah, that's a healthy one.
I'll take it. Dolly number 3 for the day. Not a bad one. Pretty good size one. There he goes. I just don't understand how they eat this, because they bite the bead and then it comes down and gets hooked. I don't get it, but I'm not complaining. Dolly number 3 for the day. The mountain in the background. Me and the boys are out here chasing for some big Alaskan butt. This is actually day number 3, I believe, of us coming out to the surf. And besides one big halibut bite that we missed, we really only been catching sculpin and some sole. But we got some of the best in the business. Ahmed from Shorebound is arguably one of the best, if not the best, surf anglers here in the Kenai Peninsula, and Ron's not too bad himself. They teamed up to catch a 110-pound halibut, so I think I'm with the right people. Hopefully by the end of the day, one of these rods here has a nice bend to it. There's a halibut at the end of the line. The basics of halibut fishing for dummies. Halibut, being the world's largest flatfish, spend most of their time on the bottom of the water feeding. So we use big rods to put on big baits on some big hooks. And Ahmed's bait of choice is freshly frozen herring. Cast that bad boy out and wait. And as soon as you think you're good to sit, that bite truly comes out of nowhere. He's off?
You don't feel anything?
We just rebait, I guess, but that looked very much like a halibut.
Yeah, it did.
So there was probably a pretty good halibut bite on that one, but for some reason it just didn't connect, so try again. Ooh, she's bending again, she's bending.
What is it with that bait, man?
What's going on?
I don't know, man. Don't ask Gus.
Who's Gus?
You know, Beaufort?
Same thing, it's like the rod went down just when we got to it. There's nothing on it, but Ron did bait the ocean with some Cheez-Its, so that should bring us some good luck. All right, little update here on the surf. The rods are going down like, I would say once every 5 minutes. One of the 3 rods gives a good bend, which lets us know that that's a halibut that's biting it, but by the time we get to the rod, for some reason, it's just, they're not there. They're decommitting from it. The bite was starting to heat up, and we knew it was only a matter of time before we got a hookup. And sure enough.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yep, crank down, pull up. Crank down, pull up. Just
Are you sure he's there?
He was.
Yeah, he is, Yeah. All right, boys, we got a fish on. Oh yeah, it's a halibut. He's on the shore. He's right behind that rock. There we go, first little halibut of the day. Nice, dude. Thank you for getting that for me. That's my butt. Yeah. Check it out. First Alaskan halibut. I don't really know what else to say except it's this freaking cool looking fish. Obviously it's a flatfish, so both eyes are on the front of the head there. He's kind of, for not being that huge, he's pretty freaking heavy. There we go, first Alaskan halibut. And this guy's coming home with us, so the hands are frozen and bloody and numb. So I had to wash the fish in the surf. We got the first halibut down. Let's freaking go, man. That was cool. That was really cool.
It's always you.
Little old me again?
That's you.
Oh, sh.
Just go down.
Oh, we got another halibut, boys. Oh, I think it's much smaller. Halibut number 2.
Counts, bro.
It's a fish.
They bend the rod so hard, dude. Like, I thought that was gonna be a bigger fish.
All right, well,
Halibut time.
Well, Ahmed and Ron do all the work. Halibut number 2, a lot smaller than the first one, but it'll eat for sure. There we go. Not too shabby. I know it's kind of hard to be filming the hook set. I mean, we're just watching that rod bend down and reacting. So by the time I run over there, I turn on the camera as soon as I can, and usually the rod's already in my hand. So shout out to Ahmed, shout out to Ron, because they're doing all the work. I'm just reeling in the fish. So. And the bite stayed hot. What started off as a couple of bites turned into a couple of catches, with Ron catching a pair of halibut of his own.
Book with Shorebound, he just takes people out and lets them reel in big ass fish all day.
We went home that day with 4 halibut. And just like that, what ended up being 7 full days in Alaska comes to an end. An incredible trip filled with fishing, looking for moose, and spending time with good people. A huge thank you to Ron. Make sure you guys check out his channel. If you're ever in the Kenai Peninsula, make sure to book with Shorebound and Ahmed. And I would call it a trip of a lifetime, but I will be back.
Come on, man. Grab you some meat. Ew.
Did it just over here?
Yeah, dude. Kind of liked it.